the dusty backroads of the Italian countryside, where the air was thick with the scent of gasoline and the bitter taste of old grudges, two titans of the automobile world began a feud that would shape the future of supercars. Ferruccio Lamborghini, a man whose hands had built empires of tractors, found himself behind the wheel of a Ferrari 250 GT, a machine that was supposed to be the epitome of Italian engineering. But the clutch slipped, just like his patience. When he confronted Enzo Ferrari, the godfather of the prancing horse, with this problem, Ferrari didn't bother to mask his disdain. "Stick to your tractors," he sneered, dismissing Lamborghini with the same ease he would a troublesome fly. That moment, that single cutting remark, planted the seed of a rivalry that would grow into a ferocious battle for supremacy. Lamborghini, stung by the insult, swore to build a machine that would leave Ferrari in the dust. The war wasn't just about cars anymore. It was personal. The triad was set: Ferrari's dismissal, Lamborghini's motivation, and the birth of Lamborghini Automobili, each one feeding into the other. A perfect storm of pride, ambition, and vengeance. By 1966, the battle lines were drawn. Lamborghini unveiled the Miura, a car that was as groundbreaking as it was beautiful. With its mid-engine layout, the Miura wasn't just a car. It was a declaration of war. It taunted Ferrari's dominance, daring the traditionalist to adapt or die. Ferrari's 275 GTB, with its front-engine setup, suddenly looked like yesterday's news. The Miura wasn't just challenging Ferrari, it was changing the very rules of the game. Lamborghini's innovation had rattled the cage, and the industry felt the tremors. Ferrari's dominance was no longer a given, and with the shift in industry standards, the supercar as the world knew it was being redefined. The triad pulsed with energy: Lamborghini's innovation, Ferrari's dominance, and the shift in industry standards, a trinity of change that would reverberate through the decades. Ferrari wasn't about to take this lying down. In 1968, the Daytona roared onto the scene, a V12 beast with the kind of brute power that could only come from Ferrari's stable. It was a response, a challenge, a reminder that Ferrari was still very much in the game. But Lamborghini wasn't done yet. In 1971, the Miura SV hit the streets, faster, sharper, and more dangerous than ever. The competition between these two giants wasn't just raising the bar, it was bending it into new, impossible shapes. Ferrari's response, Lamborghini's counter, and the elevation of supercar standards, these were the weapons in their arsenal, each feeding the other in a relentless cycle of one-upmanship. The supercar was evolving, and neither brand was willing to be left behind. 1974 brought something different. The Lamborghini Countach wasn't just a car, it was a rolling piece of modern art. Its sharp angles, its wedge-shaped body, and those scissor doors. It was unlike anything the world had seen before. It was audacious. It was radical. And it set a new standard for what an exotic car could be. Ferrari couldn't ignore it. The 512 Berlinetta Boxer, or BB, in 1976 was Ferrari's response. A mid-engine marvel that took a page from Lamborghini's playbook. The Countach and the 512 BB were more than just competitors. They were symbols of a new era in automotive design. Lamborghini's radical design, Ferrari's adaptation, and the impact on exotic car design. These were the cornerstones of a new chapter in their rivalry, each pushing the envelope further than anyone thought possible. By the late 1980s, the stakes were higher than ever. Ferrari unleashed the F40, a raw, stripped-down machine that was more missile than car. It was the last Ferrari personally overseen by Enzo Ferrari, a fitting swan song for the old man. Lamborghini's answer, the Diablo in 1990, a car that didn't just match the F40's speed but beat it, claiming the title of the world's fastest production car. This was more than just a race. It was a battle for the soul of the supercar. Ferrari's performance masterpiece, Lamborghini's technological response, and the benchmark for supercar performance, the triad of power, speed, and prestige. Each car was a statement, a challenge to the other, and the echoes of their rivalry could be heard in every roar of the engine, every squeal of the tires. In the early 2000s, the rivalry took a new turn. Ferrari's Enzo was a technological marvel, a carbon fiber bullet with the heart of an F1 car. It was extreme, it was cutting edge, and it was everything Ferrari stood for. Lamborghini, under the new ownership of Audi, came back with the Murcielago, a car that balanced raw power with a level of refinement and reliability that the brand had never seen before. Here, the rivalry wasn't just about speed, it was about philosophy. Ferrari's technological showcase versus Lamborghini's refined power, a clash of ideologies. each brand carving its path in the supercar world. The diverging philosophies were clear, but the competition remained as fierce as ever. By 2013, the stakes were as high as they could get. Ferrari introduced the LaFerrari, a hybrid monster that pushed the boundaries of what was possible in a road car. Lamborghini, always the traditionalist, stuck with the Aventador's pure V12 power. But by 2019, even they had to acknowledge the future. The Sian, Lamborghini's first hybrid supercar, was their answer to the LaFerrari, blending the old with the new. Ferrari's hybrid leadership was undeniable, but Lamborghini's traditional approach had its own appeal. With the Sian, Lamborghini finally entered the hybrid game, marking their hybrid entry and solidifying their place in the evolving supercar landscape. The triad was clear: Ferrari's hybrid leadership, Lamborghini's traditional approach, and Lamborghini's hybrid entry, a delicate balance of innovation and tradition. As the 2020s rolled in, the rivalry continues unabated. The Ferrari SF90 Stradale, with its nearly 1,000 horsepower hybrid system, was a statement of intent, a declaration that Ferrari was leading the charge into the future. Lamborghini's response came in 2023 with the Revuelto, their first series production hybrid, signaling a significant shift in strategy. This was more than just a continuation of their rivalry. It was the shaping of the future of supercars. Ferrari's hybrid advancements, Lamborghini's strategic shift, and the collective shaping of the future of supercars. A triad that wasn't just about the present, but about what was to come. In the end, the Ferrari versus Lamborghini rivalry is more than just a battle of cars. It's a dance of ambition, innovation, and unyielding pride. Each triad, a story within a story, driving the next chapter of a saga that shows no signs of slowing.